What's up YouTube? Jimmy Pretty up here. I'm going to do a Yu-Gi-Oh video for you guys. My top 10 synchro monsters of all time. A little history about this. I didn't play mostly during the synchro era. I was in high school near the end of it, when Duelist Revelations came out. I remember because Shooting Star Dragon Tins were pretty new at the time. Wherever that came out, like 2010, it was like near the end. And that's when I got back into Yu-Gi-Oh! After the Glad Beast format. So basically I skipped over the Teledad format also. So yeah, these are just my favorites. And a lot of them are going to be just because of artwork. I didn't use them. Some of the ones I use more frequently are near the, near the end of the list. Top 5 are all ones I frequently use. So, and most of these are pretty much crap, I know, by competitive standards, but I just love them. So I'll get started. First and foremost, it's the first synchro I ever pulled in a pack. And a little history with this. My local Walmart, or one of the ones I go to, it's up near my cottage, or my parents' cottage. They have old ass packs at the time, right? So the first time I ever got a synchro monster was in a Crossroads of Chaos special edition. And I never got around to using because I never used the type of material that it used. I always loved its artwork though, and that's Queen of Thorns. Takes plant tuner monster and a non-tuner plant. Which is a pretty good lockdown fact, I'm just gonna say it. If you manage to summon this thing against your opponent, they're going to be pressed to try to get rid of this as fast as they can because they're going to be paying life points every single time they normal or special summon a monster. So it's not that bad in today's meta anyways. Get this thing out and then you'll just lock your opponent out. My number 9 spot is a tournament prize card that was years ago. I only got it in Raw Yell Mega Pack, or also Legendary Collection 2, which is the GX years, which is Dark Iron Dragon. I just love this artwork. And it was tournament prize for a reason. You drop this thing, and then once per turn you can target a monster, and that loses 500 attack. This card loses 500 attack, and depends on you send that card to the graveyard. Pretty good if you get it out against your opponent. Not great or anything. I mean, people can get over this thing. It's a little bit specific with the Dark Tuner, which is a lot easier than the Plant Tuner of the last one. It's the only reason it beat out the Queen of Thorns. But yeah. This one is one I got more recently. I only got this thing right before I quit my last time. I want you to keep this in mind. When I quit the second time, it was right after the Elemental Dragons. I haven't been back playing since. So this one I got quite recently, and it was in that pack I got down in the States when I was visiting the first time around. Called Allied Justice Light Gazer. I really like this card when I played it because of one reason. I remember the Lightsworn structure deck was new at the time when I pulled this thing. And anybody who played during the GX era knows they hated Lightsworns to death. It's one of those decks that a lot of old school players just hated and caused them to quit. And if you're wondering what this thing does, gains 200 attack for each light monster in your opponent's graveyard. So when they're dumping all their cards in the graveyard, they never see this thing coming. They never saw this thing coming. It was just like one of those cards is like a $2 card. Then you never saw it, and I picked it up. I looked at it, and it was just like, wait, this thing's great against Lightsworns. One of my most hated decks. I decided this thing in, it won me so many matches. I played using it. Next one is a Shonen Jump Chrono, I believe, but it's reprinted in Star Pack. And for no other reason, I love this artwork. 7 Swords Warrior. It's a generic level 7. I don't even know what the hell this thing does. That's how much I know about it. I just love this artwork. I would put it higher up on the list, but I don't even know what the effect is. So I got like right after I quit, and they were like $1.99 packs or something. So just like throw my thing in there, hopefully make a few little bucks. I got that thing. It was pretty cool. Okay, that's 4 down. So my number 5. Wait, this should be my number 6 on my list. Is a Natrio monster, and this is the only Natrio monster on the list, but it'll surprise the heck out of a lot of people. It's the first one I ever got in Arsenal 4. This is when I was getting back into Yu-Gi-Oh! Also. This was pretty new at the time. Natrio Landois. I always love this thing's artwork. Cards face up on the field, someone spell card to negate the activation effect monster. Not very many people realize how good this thing was. Somebody played Junk Synchron, and against you can negate Junk Synchron, and they're basically left with dead monsters. It's just so good. I love this artwork of the tortoise. Reminds me of Torterra from Pokemon. Time for my top 5. Rounding out my top 5 is going to be the most iconic synchro of all time, Stardust Dragon. But you're saying, why the heck isn't this thing higher? Because I remember when I first started playing, this thing was the bane of my existence. Because I had a friend, Jared, who always used to play this thing against me. I had no idea how to run it over. I didn't even get this thing until late 2012, maybe 2013. I meant to pull out like a $5 Yu-Gi-Oh tin, which was one of the crappy Duelist Pack tins. As you can see, it's first edition. I had since then. I also, I'll remember this story. I'll tell you guys. I got a gold series when this thing came out in Korean, just to hope to get a gold rare to upgrade. Because I thought gold rares look so nice, and I pulled like 4 or 5 stars, but they're all commons, and I was so pissed off because I didn't get the gold rare. Oh well, it still looks really nice, super. Oh yeah, and this is not the tin promo. I'll let you guys know. My number 4 spot has to go to one of those synchros that everybody seemed to have for some reason, because it was in one of the starter decks. Nobody ever used it, and I was one of those ones picked up off a friend. Like, it was like $1 synchro or something. It was one of those ones they didn't have to trade anything for, basically. Pretty much, yeah, here's a common. And that's X-Saber Wayne. I love its artwork. As you can see, it's really well played. I played this one. I've copied this. This card's just... it's so good in toolbox decks. Like, it's ridiculous. When this card synchro summoned, you special summon a level 4 lower warrior type monster from your hand. Just like bam, Junk Synchron into Junk Warrior. So quick. It's so nice being able to just pop that thing out and just instantly go for another higher up level. My number 3 is going to surprise a lot of people also that this thing isn't higher. And I only got this thing when the Gold Series came out. I never got it in its original print run, because I didn't play during that time, and it was quite sought after, especially its Ghost Rare, which was Black Rose Dragon. Because I said it'd be fancy, I actually do have the Gold Rare version of this thing. Not sure if you can see it. Maybe if I pull out the sleeve, I might be able to see it a little better. Yeah, there's the gold rare. Looks really tight. This thing basically, nobody knows what the second effect basically it will special summon the, or what is it? It's negating I can't remember what the special effect is, the second effect is, but I know it'll blow up the field. And if you guys don't know, I love roses. That's my favorite flower. That's kind of weird, guys saying they have a favorite flower. It's true, I had all of my guitar that I did custom 1 years ago was all black roses all over the design of the guitar, and yeah, this is what I always like this design. It's really easy synchro monster to summon, and it's great. rounding up my number 2 slot is one that a lot of players don't know because it came out originally in the Zexal era, which is surprising for a lot of people. And that's why it has the Yu-Gi-Oh! So even this was way after Synchros. Like it was, I believe it came out. I'm gonna just Google this one because it's so hard to remember. When did it come out? It came out in Shadow Specters. So that was really late. It was pretty much halfway through Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal. Near the end. And that is Sirius the Blue Star Dog. Which is I have the Korean version. Because if I can get the OCG, it don't bother me. I remember seeing this card and being like, wow, this thing looks amazing. Cool fact of it, up in my room I have a bunch of old Korean boxes. And I ended up buying the booster box of the set premium pack number 8 just to try to get this card. I was always into astronomy, and this is about constellation. Just a generic rank 6 succeed that basically when it's destroyed, it's able to take 2400 attack away from your opponent's monster, which doesn't seem that good by standards Black Rose or Wayne or any of these other ones that are on my list. But it can steal match because it's just like you synchro summon this thing. Somebody doesn't know what the effect is. They almost always just assume it's saying great, just saying it's a weak synchro that you're just trying to summon because it has good attack. Then it's just like bam, they attack into it, and then they lose their attacking monster, and then your turn you can deal damage to your opponent. It's so good. My number 1 is a hilarious story. It was back when 2010. This was when I first started getting back into Yu-Gi-Oh! This was one of my first synchros I ended up pulling, and now my favorite. I ended up pulling this thing not even knowing that it was rare. It was from a throw-in pack where I got my duels pack Yu-Gi box, which I dubbed as Scrappy. It is my ultimate rare Scrap Dragon. It looks amazing. I pulled it not even knowing what the effect was, finding out that it's one of the most broken synchros in the game. Just pop itself, pop another monster on the side field. It's great. It's a misprinted one. Not sure you can see it on the back, but actually it's completely imprinted in the back. It looks amazing. It has a great effect, and that's why I think it's number 1. And also because it has such a nostalgic memory, because my friends when I first pulled it were trying to get it off me like crazy, and I was like, nah, I really love this artwork. And yep, that's just my story. But I hope you guys like my top 10 synchro. I know that they're not meta or anything, but tell me what you guys' favorite synchros are. And yeah, this is Jimmy the Infernape here signing out.